Good morning. This is Emily Reynolds live from Allston, Massachusetts. I am at the Brian J. Honan 5K Memorial Road Race, and today I will be interviewing local politicians, race participants, and family members of Brian J. Honan as they commemorate his memory at the 21st annual running of the Brian J. Honan Memorial 5K Road Race. So what brings you out today to the Brian Honan 5K Memorial Race?
Well, I'm the City Councillor for Allston Brighton, so this is one of our highlights of our calendar in Allston Brighton. The race commemorates Brian J. Honan, who's one of my predecessors. He was City Councillor here, and it's a really wonderful community event where all our local colleges and local community all here for the walk and the run, and it's just a great time. And we usually have the parade immediately after the race, but because of the forecast, sadly, the parade is cancelled, so the race is the main event today.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And what do you think this race means to the community as a whole?
I think it's just a great day when, regardless of whether you're a long-term resident or new to the neighbourhood or a student, everybody just comes and has fun. It's a really, really nice day for the neighbourhood.
Morning, everyone. I am here with Mayor Wu, and we will be interviewing her for this amazing cause here at the Brian Honan's Memorial 5K. So can you tell us what this cause means to you and what it feels to see all the community members of Boston coming together?
This is one of the most special events here. You come and it's just even earlier I was talking to someone who has run the race all 21 years that it's been going, and lots of folks who are here for the first time and feeling part of community. It brings out every generation, every part of our community, and it's in the memory of and to uphold the legacy of someone who did so much to serve this area and the city. So all the funds raised from it go directly back into the causes and issues that he had championed.
And my question for you, Mayor, is how do you feel this race really commemorates Brian's memory?
Yeah, he was such a beloved figure and took on issues from housing and homelessness to young people. And so every bit of that is reflected in the kind of support for people to be healthy, be involved, come together, do this thing, move in the same direction. And then also, as it raises funds from all different companies and organizations, that continues the impact throughout the year.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for coming out today, and we hope you enjoy your time here. Thank you. And what brings you out today, and what school are you from?
So I'm from Emmanuel College, and I'm here to work at the Brian Honan 5K. I do cross-country track and field, so 5Ks and things are like things I'm familiar with, and I'm very excited. I love to see like the runners go out, whether they're running or walking, and love to support the cause too. Yeah.
Awesome. And have you been at this event before? I know this is the 21st annual event.
Yeah, I was here last year doing the same thing, just working out, helping out, and last year we had the team giving out medals to all the people who finished. And it was pretty fun to see like faces they had when they finished, like that little self-victory they had for themselves.
That's awesome. And how do you think this event affects the community?
I think it brings them together, a lot of Boston, if you notice, there's a lot of runners, so I think there's already a lot of people who like seeing the runners. Either they support or they like doing it, or they just like to stay in shape. I know even past the casual stuff, a lot of probably pro people or college people, they like to see how they do here, get a nice time, submit that,
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, and enjoy your time here.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Can you guys tell me what school you're from and what brings you out to the event today?
Absolutely. So we're representing Simmons University. I'm the current head soccer coach, and these are two of my very wonderful student athletes here. We got Christina, Tina, and we got Jayla J. So that is why we're out here, and we're volunteering at the Brian Honan today.
Awesome. And being that you're a school in the Boston area, can you tell me what this event means to the community and the impact that Brian Honan had on it?
Absolutely. So it's a special opportunity for me to be back wearing Simmons colors just because I was a student athlete at Boston University. So this is my 6th year doing this. And I think just giving back to the community that we're so much a part of, we're integrated in, it's very, very special. And it leaves you feeling better and also putting smiles on other people's faces. And I think that's just what the whole event encompasses, everything like that.
That's awesome. And how do you guys feel to be at an event that connects the community with your school?
Right, it's so exciting because we just want to get out there and do more also because and not just like stay on our campus. And it's so nice to see everybody like coming together, and you can see everybody that knows everybody else. You can just really tell how much community there is here, and it's just so nice to see. I'm really happy to be here.
Definitely to add on, I'm just excited to get to know my community because I'm not really from here, but they're very welcoming, and like Tina said, getting to get connections and to get to know people. It's very exciting because everybody's very nice, so that's something nice.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your time here. And what brings you out to the Bryan Memorial 5K race today?
Well, I was very, very good friends, close friends with Brian Honan. I was one of his campaign managers when he was running for DA. I knew him as a kid growing up here in Alston. I grew up in Alston. And we were very, very, very close.
That's awesome. And what do you think this event means to the community and Brian's memory?
Well, to know Brian was to love him. And Alston-Brighton is a very close-knit community. And I think what it does is it gives us an opportunity to remember someone who was just a great, great person, who cared an awful lot about his community, cared about people, and not only that, but he was a great basketball player.
That's awesome. Thank you very much for letting me interview you, and I appreciate it. So you're here today at the Brian Honan Memorial 5K road race. What does this event mean to you?
Well, I go back into, I think, 2004/5, when the late councilor had passed away suddenly. I ran for his position and didn't win, but I became chief of staff of Jerry McDermott, who took over. And I remember being on the very first committee here, you know, that they would have a road race. And look what we've done some, 20, 15, 17 years later. It's really blossomed into something that you won't forget how instrumental Brian was in a short period of time, how influential he was. And obviously to have a family with Kevin and his mom, just the roots are deep. And this is just the best Brighton and Alston meet and greet we could have to bring back these memories and commemorate a road race on his behalf. Unfortunately, today the parade was canceled due to inclement weather. For the last 15 years, I do the commentary of the parade. So I wasn't going to let the rain and the inclement weather interfere with this meet and greet, so I'm really here.
How do you feel that this really reminds the community of Brian's legacy?
Well, it does. I mean, obviously the tragic passing of such a young man, an instrumental man who's so vibrant and instrumental to the well-being and the quality of life in the Alston-Brighton area. Wasn't soon after that the city of Boston commemorated the Alston-Brighton, the Alston Library is now the Honan Library. So that's a reminder when people go into that library and see the name, the Honan Library.
Well, thank you very much for letting me interview you, and enjoy the rest of your time here.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. All right, good morning. I'm here with Blades, the Bruins mascot. Do we feel good being out here today? Awesome, awesome. And how's the team looking this year? They're looking good? All right, I'm excited. I know first preseason game is tonight, so definitely be tuning in for that. So excited for another good season. Awesome. Thank you. All right, I'm here with Joe. He just ran the race, and he is one of very few people that have ran almost every single Memorial 5K. That's right?
Yes, missed a few, but majority of them, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. And what does this race mean to you, and what do you think it means to the community?
Well, I went to school with Kevin, to high school. I played ball with him, great athlete, and I knew Brian as well, another fantastic athlete, phenomenal basketball player, and just a great family, growing up with them when we were kids. And Kevin and Brian, they did so much for the Brighton community, and Kevin, still does so much. So it's just an honor to come out here in Brian's name and run this race. Makes you feel great. And I grew up in Brighton, so I see a lot of my old friends, and it's nice to catch up with everybody, and I feel great about doing it. Giving back.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you very much for coming out today,
Thank you.
And congratulations on finishing the race.
I hope this continues, for years to come.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, I'm here with John Tobin. He just took part in the race. How'd it feel to run it?
It feels great. I got out of bed this morning, always the first step in the right direction. So, this is love to run. It's good mental health, and get out there, and it's even better when you get to run a race like I try to every year in honor of just a terrific guy in Brian Honan.
That's awesome. And so going off of what you just said, how do you feel this race really commemorates Brian and the person that he was and also the politician that he was?
I don't think a race or any type of event could really truly encapsulate what Brian meant. He was a force bigger than life. He was someone that I got to know. I worked for Brian's brother Kevin in the legislature, and of course met Brian through that. And then Brian became a city councilor. We ran for city council the same year, different parts of the city. He was successful. I was not, but I was always a great admirer of him. Not just he worked really hard, but he never took himself so seriously. He was a lot of fun. I actually had the opportunity to serve with him after I left Kevin's office. I finally got elected and served with Brian, and more fun than you could possibly have with somebody. And he passed away 6 months into my serving with him on the council, and it was, when I say he was probably the most beloved, not only the most beloved person on the city council by a wide margin, but also City Hall and through the city. His wake lasted 2 days. The crowds were, people waited online for 4 hours in rainstorms to pay their respects. The Honans are just synonymous with Allston Brighton in public service and sports and athletics and kids and helping kids and all kinds of kids. And his loss, he's been gone for 21 years, but it feels like yesterday. But when you come out here, the ironic part is when I run a road race, Brian hated racing. He hated road races. I ran the Falmouth road race. I didn't know he was running. This is years ago. And I see this guy trudging up along the beach about the 5-mile mark. And it's always hot, the Falmouth road race. It's 7.1 miles. It's grueling. And I come up and see this guy, just, his arms have dropped. And I come up and it's Brian. I said, Brian, go get him. He says, is this thing almost over? Please. He hated it. So I think it's wildly ironic and hilarious that we have a road race named after Brian. But it raises a ton of money for the Honan scholars and kids, and providing opportunities for kids who otherwise wouldn't have it. So Brian's name and the Honan name lives on through generations of kids from Allston Brighton throughout the city of Boston.
That's amazing. Well, thank you very much for taking the time and speaking your mind, and have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. I'm here with Justin. He was our top finisher of the 21st annual Brian J. Honan 5K Memorial Race. How does it feel to be the top finisher?
Surprising, honestly. I did not expect to win today. It's been a long time since I've raced, and it was very painful, but I'm glad that it was over and got to kick for the finish.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. And what's something that you do to help, either pace yourself or just get you through it?
Yeah, so we had a young kid who took the pace out very fast, and I was trying to not be the old guy who gets burned at the end by the young kid. So I hung back a little bit more. So I think just being conservative, especially on this course where right when you turn around, you have a pretty long hill for about a half mile. So I tried to just relax, and then as I started feeling good up that hill, that's when I started to pick up the pace a little bit.
Well, congratulations, and thank you so much for letting me interview you.
Yeah,
thank you.